Welcome, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
My name is Jose, your name is?
Emily.
Emily. Alright, Emily. So, before all, let me just tell you that everything you say here that we discuss is confidential and will stay between us.
Okay.
Unless I get the sense that we might be in jeopardy or somebody else might be in jeopardy. In that case, I'm obliged to notify my superiors. Is that understood?
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to mention to you that I'm going to be asking some personal questions so I get to know you. And if in any moment you feel discomfort or you don't want to answer, you just let me know. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's start with some basic question. What is your full name?
Emily Graciano,
Emily Graciano. How old are you?
20.
20. Where do you live?
I live in Boston.
In the area of Boston. And what is your occupation?
I currently work for my family in a family business.
Your family business. Okay. And how did you hear from me?
I was referred to from the detox center that I was just currently in.
That's excellent. Okay. So it was mandatory for you to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. So tell me, Emily, how you've been doing lately? What's going on?
I mean, I went to detox. I haven't been feeling that great ever since I left, but I'm just kind of sad and moping around. And,
You mentioned detox. Could you talk a little bit more about that?
I went to detox because my grandmother recently passed, and my use of alcohol, smoking, weed increased by a lot. And my parents were getting concerned, so I admitted myself.
On your own.
Yes.
On your own. Great. And how long have you been since you get out of detox? Last
A week.
A week. And how long were you in that program?
5 days.
5 days. 5 days. Okay, Emily. Can we talk a little bit more about the substance use? When did you start using?
The first time I ever smoked was when I was 13.
13. What about alcohol?
16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
And you're 20 now.
Yes.
So you've since then you've been doing would you say on a weekly basis, daily basis?
Daily.
Daily basis. And were it some point where it changed, or was it always like that?
No. I mean, in high school, probably towards the end of my junior year, beginning of my senior year, I started to smoke daily. I didn't really drink that much. I would only drink on the weekends. Only because I did sports and stuff in high school, so I couldn't. But yeah, but then ever since I graduated, my drinking has increased a lot.
Since you graduated,
High school, yes.
I know you mentioned also the past way of your grandmother, but do you think graduation has also something to do, maybe some anxiety after graduating?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you talk a little bit more about that?
After I graduated, I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I should have gone to college and get a degree, but I didn't really want to do that, and so I'm just working for my family. I've been working for them my whole life, and they're just really crazy, and they drive me crazy, and we all get on each other's nerves, and yeah.
Okay. We've touched upon some subjects so far, but let me start by addressing your grandmother. Were you very close to her?
Yes.
Yes. Did you spend a lot of time with her?
Mm-hmm.
And when did she pass away?
Well, 3 months ago.
Well, 3 months ago. Okay. What about your relationship with your other family? You mentioned they drive you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you express a little more about that?
Well, it's my dad's family. I worked with my dad and my grandfather, my aunt, my cousin, my sister. So it's just kind of a lot of family. And I live with my mom. My parents are divorced, so I just live with my mom and, get by.
You get by.
Mm-hmm.
So you said your parents divorced. When was this?
They divorced around when I was 5.
When you were 5?
Yeah.
And how did you take it? How was it?
I I think at the time I didn't really understand what was happening. I just kind of understood that my dad was leaving, and that was that. But as I got older, you know, he got a girlfriend and he started another family, and now I have a younger two half siblings, and I don't know. I resent that a little.
So you resent your father.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that he left you guys?
Yes.
And I know you work with him. And how was your relationship? How's your communication?
We don't really talk that often. I don't really like talking to him. He seems to yell at me all the time, and I don't know. I work with him all the time, so I don't really feel the need to talk to him.
What about your mother? How's your relationship?
It's okay. We don't always get along. She's busy. She works 2 jobs, and taking care of the house and the family, and so I don't really see her that often either. We kind of do our own things, but live in the same house.
And what about your sibling? You mentioned some siblings from that side, stepbrothers. Do you have any sibling living with you? Somebody living with you besides your mom?
Yeah, I have an older sister.
Older sister. So how do you get along with her?
I get along pretty well. We get along. We're friends for the most part. But like I said, I work with her in the summer. She's off at school for most of the year, so it's okay. She's busy. She's moving on.
Emily, I want to talk about now about substance use. You maybe know, I know it's strange to ask, but you maybe know if in your family there has been a history of substance abuse?
Not that I know of. My dad's girlfriend's an alcoholic, but I don't think that really affects me that much.
She's an alcoholic?
Or she was. She's clean now.
She's clean now? Okay. And throughout your time in high school, you mentioned that's when you started using. How did your parents feel about that?
I don't think they knew about the alcohol. They definitely knew I smoked often. They didn't know every day. I mean, I don't think my dad ever really knew, but my mom, I think, always had a good idea because I lived with her.
And now that you are out of the program, it's been 5 days, I assume that you wanted to detox because you wanted to get clean, right? And why now?
Well, I guess I did it more for my family. I don't know if I'm ready to, start a different lifestyle right now. I'm only 20.
A different lifestyle. Could you describe how was your lifestyle?
I mean, I get to hang out with my friends and party with them all the time. And I make good money. I don't have to pay rent, and I live at home, and it's pretty easy. It's pretty relaxed. I don't know if I'm ready for responsibility yet.
So you like the situation where you are right now?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
You're having fun.
Yeah.
And you think that the smoking and the drinking have caused you problems? Is there something you want to stop?
No, I don't want to stop. Everyone else tells me it's bad. It causes so many problems, but I don't think it does. At all.
What do you think you like smoking and drinking, as you mentioned?
I just have a lot of fun with my friends that way, and I feel relaxed and funnier, and I just feel better about myself.
Has it ever caused you any legal problems or anything like that?
Yeah, it has.
Could you talk more about that?
I recently, within the last year, got in an accident with 2 of my friends. We were drunk and high, obviously, and we hit a snow plow, and I got arrested. And we left the scene before the cops came.
When was this?
It was around Christmas time last year.
It's around Christmas time last year.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So it seems that it's been pretty hard for you. And I can understand how stressful this must be to you going through all this. You mentioned that you don't really get along with your mother, your father, and your sister is not really around. Do you have any support system besides your friends? Are you in a relationship with somebody?
No, not now, not recently, no.
And do you find support within your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Besides alcohol and marijuana, are you using? Have you used other drugs or prescription things?
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't. And I know that at the beginning you mentioned that you went to detox because your grandmother passed away. I'm not really understanding the connection. Can you explain that?
I think just when a bad situation comes and I get really stressed or anything like that, I turn to alcohol and drugs, and because it's a release for me. It makes me feel better. And when she passed away, I was really overwhelmed by all the emotions I was having, and I didn't know what to do. She was my best friend, and I lost her.
Did you talk to anybody about this? Did you talk to anybody about this?
No,
No one.
no.
No one. So it's the first time that you are actually speaking about it.
Yes.
About it. So, well, you said that after the accident you went to drugs and relief, and what was it you consume on a daily basis? A high quantity of those?
Yeah. I mean, I would usually just go to work during the day. I'd work either like 11 to 7 or 1 to 9, and then I would just go home and party with my friends.
So it hasn't obstructed your work?
No. I mean, I'd always, take a morning swim before I went in.
Your morning swim. And how does you feel? Do you think your father knows about you?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know if he knew that I've been going to work high most of the time.
You don't, but he hasn't talked about it or brings it up?
No.
Brings it up. Okay. Well, Emily, let me ask you, it's been 5 days, you mentioned, since you were at detox. How has it been?
It's been really tough. I knew it would be tough. The counselors there told me it would be tough. And I guess I didn't really believe them. I mean, I've been really depressed and bored, and I just want to go hang out with my friends, but I can't.
You say you're depressed. What do you think is that? What do you think you feel? Is it something that recently happened, or is it something that you've been feeling for some time?
No, I've definitely been feeling it for some time. I think my mom has always thought I've been depressed for most of at least my teen, since I've been like 12 or 13. That was always a concern for her. She always brought that up to me.
What do you think it was a concern for her? Do you think she was, there was reasons for her to be concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I would never stay home or like hang out with the family, and I would just go out with my friends, and I would avoid and isolate myself.
You would isolate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Could you talk a little bit more about that? Like, would you just stay home, not talking to anybody?
Yeah, like when my family was home, I would just go up to my room and hang out, or I would leave. I'd go hang out with a friend at his house, her house, or his house, or whatever.
So would you say that in these times you at least were able to get some pleasure of hanging out with your friends?
Yes.
When you first started using, I know it sounds personal, but as the reason why you started using the first time?
I was just at a party. It was my friends. We were about 13, and it was just a summer party. We were just all getting together. And her older brother had weed, and we were all just like, "Oh, let's try it." It was just something fun to do, something new to experience.
Well, Emily, it seems that drugs have played a major role in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're detox and you're expressing discomfort, I want to ask you, do you think you can find pleasure in doing these other things? You mentioned you were in sports in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I played 3 sports. I played 3 seasons all year.
Why did it stop?
Um, I played all through high school. I just, I was a captain and it was great and I tried to put forth my best role. But it was hard because most of my friends were on the teams too. They weren't, as much as a big role as I played on the teams, but we would still hang out and I would still get pressured to do these things.
You also get pressure?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that influence you're using?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you've been a constant user for about 6 years now.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about that detox program, how that was.
Like I said, it was really hard. The first 5 days were miserable. My parents came and visited me, and I was a wreck. I didn't want to see anyone. It was really difficult. It was scary.
It was scary. Do you find anybody you can talk to? Yeah.
I talked to a few of the counselors, but it was nothing like serious.
So this is not your first time talking to
Well, it is, but I talked to them briefly.
Briefly, so
Not like this.
like this one. What about any programs? Have you met any people there you can relate to, talk to?
Since I got out for the past couple of days, I've been attending programs, but they're all older. They're not my age. I don't want to hang out with them and, talk to them.
You don't really have to talk to them. Okay. Well, Emily, it seems you have a lot on your plate right now, and I just want to ask you, what do you see yourself doing right now? Do you think you can live a life without drugs? Do you want to go back and stay the same way? What do you think?
Right now, I don't know if I'm ready. Like I said, I kind of want to stay where I am or where I was. It's only been a few days. I don't know if I can keep it up. I'd like to go back to school one day and maybe get some sort of degree, but right now, that's not me. I don't know what I want to do.
So you don't know what you want to do. Well, you mentioned going back to school, so you went to school for a while.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go?
I went for my freshman year, and then I, got really caught up with the drugs and alcohol, and I found myself drinking almost every day very heavily, and just the stress from school, and I don't like reading, I don't like doing work, and so.
Tell me, it seems that you find some kind of a way to relieve some stress with drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that drugs can cause you problems too? Is it a behavior that you want to stop?
I think they can cause problems. They do cause problems, but they haven't caused enough problems yet.
They haven't caused enough problems.
And not for me to change. No, I don't want to change.
What do you mean with enough problems?
Nothing really bad has happened to me. My parents helped me get out of the situation I was in before, and, everything's fine now.
Everything's fine now. And with you being out of the detox, I'm pretty sure your parents is something they look forward to. Mm-hmm. Are you getting along with them in that situation?
Kind of. I think my mom worries because since I just moved back home, I've been in my room a lot alone, and I think she is concerned of how I'm doing. He doesn't want me to get too depressed.
Do you have any hobbies that you put your mind to, or something that you do besides going to meetings and things like that?
No, I'm not really active in any hobbies right now. I really like photography. I did that a lot in high school. I love soccer. I gave that up a while ago.
Okay. Well, Emily, you've told me a lot about you, and I really appreciate that. But I do want to ask you about sports that you mentioned. Do you think there is something that you can try now that you have some spare time? Is it something that you would like to try?
Maybe. I mean, I guess I could get back into it again. I haven't played in a really long time.
Mhm. And it seems that you definitely enjoy all those activities.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot part also to do with counseling, setting objectives. And I want to ask you, I know you came applied, and I know this is your first time doing counseling, but it's definitely one major part of counseling to get some objectives and some goals.
Mm-hmm.
You maybe have any goal for you at this point?
Right now, I don't. But I mean, I think it'd probably be good to, you know, make some goals and look forward to meeting them and achieving them.
I know I've asked you that before, but do you maybe have any goal in mind short term? You wouldn't have to do a long term, it has to be something short.
Term. I mean, I guess I could start with like getting involved in some sort of group and activity outside of my meetings and my family.
And it's not only about your family, but it's also something that you find pleasure in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go a little bit back to the details. You've been 5 days out, and you're still in the program right now. Do you look forward to go to those meetings? How do you feel about the program? Do you think it's helpful for you?
It's helpful. I just think it's really boring. I'm not really interested in it. I just go because my parents, they want me to go.
Well, on one hand, you mentioned that you have no interest in change, but on the other hand, you said that something that you may consider stopping.
Mm-hmm.
So you're now not really sure what to do, and that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And I just want to thank you for being so honest with me today, for coming here and actually talking to me. I know it's not something that you want to do, and I'm actually thinking that we can work something out. We've touched on a variety of subjects today, and I wish that in next meetings we can talk about specific topics and get deeper into them.
Mm-hmm.
If that's okay with you, if that's something that we feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I think I'll come back.
Yeah?
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad?
No.
Great, Emily. I really hope that you will come back, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you again and discussing more of this situation that you mentioned here today. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great.